Hello, YouTube. Hi, everyone. I thought it'd be cool to maybe take it a step further from yesterday's recording before I jump off to work. So I've got about 30 minutes thereabout. Let me see if I'm able to take it a step further. So we will be doing what we'll be doing today. Basically, we will be validating the host from our scan yesterday, and we'll be testing for maybe at the basic level vulnerability. So we'll run the IPs against isup to validate live hosts. We run the subdomain against https or http probe, then HTTP probe, then we'll scan the valid IP with my scan. That I'm not sure we'll be able to do, okay, because there's a lot of them. Then we'll scan the valid subdomain with nuclei, maybe templates, to see how we can start doing some basic vuln scan against those subdomains. Then next, we will scan the valid subdomain using also for S3 bucket, just in case any of them actually is pointing towards an S3 bucket that is vulnerable. We may not attempt takeover, or probably we may attempt domain takeover, and also maybe do some log4j basic scan using a scanner. So every tool I'll be using today are open source, so I'm not taking credit for none of those tools. It's been pretty good for those guys who spend time building those stuffs. I also have my own basic tools on my GitHub repo where I use to do scans as well. If need be, bash scripting, I just modify them to suit the task and drive them into my automation pipeline and see if that's going to help me find something useful. So enough with the chitty chatty. Let's get into business. So I'm going to minimize this. Now I'm going to my workflow. Yesterday we had completed this part of it. So let's take the results which we have and take them into this level where we'll be doing some maybe get valid URL, get live IP. I'm going to start with the IP. So my results, I had moved them into the hacker1.com. It was for web.com. Okay, so we've got the subdomain and the IPs. So what I'm going to try to do is to try to move these results into the VPS. So here goes my VPS. Over here I've got a folder called, do I have a bug for, okay, no, let me just make a directory bug-bounty. Then probably I'm going to shift into, okay, great, I'm just going to make a directory called bug-bounty. I'll cd into bug-bounty and clear the screen. So over here I'm going to run updog. I want to use updog to bring in stuffs. So I'm going to have to browse to this URL on my Ubuntu so I can bring in stuff. I'm going to browse to the VPS, then I'll be using updog to upload stuff. So this is my VPS, that particular folder that I'm in. So I'll choose a file. I will go into the just go into the path where that thing is. So we see it's in documents, hacker1, then we have web.com, both files. So I'll highlight both files, open them, then I can upload them. So they are quite a bit large, so it shouldn't take that much to drop them into the size, the basic files anyways. So if I go to my server, I can see I got the hits, the posts, and the get as well as all the other forms of errors which you can see thrown on the screen. Anyways, I believe by now the files are sitting in there, so I'm going to just kill this, clear the screen. If I list the content, we can see if I cut ip.text, okay, a download of that. I'm not going to cut the subdomain, it's a lot. So what I'm going to be doing, going by my workflow, first I will scan the valid IP against isup to see if I can maybe extract the valid IPs, the ones that I'm able to communicate with. Now that doesn't mean the other ones are not live. Probably this tool cannot reach them. In my workflow, I'll be running a couple of other tools against them to see if I'm able to reach them. So, but let's just go at the basic level. Like I told you, I'm going to open up another browser console from my VPS. So I'm just going to open up another one. Just so I can navigate to the path where I've got stuff in. So I'm going to clear the screen. Then if I look here, I should have isup On this, I think I do. Oh yeah, there it is. So if I see the into is up, I can see the isup.sh. If I cut the content just to show you, it's a bash script that run those IPs against a bunch of stuffs. Try like grab, echo, and all the stuff to see if it's able to speak or communicate with them. Then extract the valid ones into a folder in a temp that will be created in the exact directory where the script sits. So if I get the path of this. Okay, I'm just going to copy this path, come in here. So I want to run my IP. So how basically the tool can be used. If we go here, you will see, in case you don't know, I can just point it there and put in the IPs. So I can go is up, the path, which is the roots, is up, then is up.sh. Then I can pass that over to my IP.text. Okay, so this looks set. If I hit enter, it's going to start scanning. You can see it saying valid. Then the ones that are not valid, it's not going to show nothing on them, meaning it's not valid. So this will scan all. Now, in my automation workflow, I am wrapping this up with another tool just so I can add some form of threading to make this pretty fast. Okay, but I'm not showing that today. Over here, I can start the subdomain using httpx. So if I go to my workflow, you can see I've got either http prop or httpx. Any of them can work. So once again, I'll fall back. Just to validate, there is httpx here. Okay, great, it's in here. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to that bounty folder. And I think I've got the subdomain there. You can see the temp folder has been created already by isup that is running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the content of subdomain.text and I'm going to pipe that output into httpx, then verbose, just so you can see stuff. Okay, so you see what is happening. It's validating those IPs. Anyone that is not valid is not found. Now that doesn't mean that it's not valid. Again, it means the tool is not able to communicate because it's using the HTTP protocol. So I could try, probably maybe there's no port 80 open up on that particular host. I could try a bunch of other tools to validate for other ports, or I could run them against a tool like masscan. If I go to my workflow, just to show you some stuff, just in case this doesn't work, I've got a step here that I can actually use masscan to do that stuff and probably pass the results as an XML, or I can even use dnmass. Yeah, I think I was referring to dnmass because dnmass will allow me to scan subdomains, not just IPs. Okay, so I can use dnmass to do that scan and I'll be able to grab the ones that do not have port 80 open. So going back to this, it might take a while, but you can see a lot of them are already fading, telling me that there's no port 80 open or port 443. So checking the isup, this is also running alongside. All right, I'm going to chill for this, maybe jump out to go get myself ready for work. Then I'll come back, see if this is done. If it isn't, then I may have to take a pause when I'm back from work. I might continue. Let me just take a peek at my workflow before I jump out. Okay, so I'll go back to my slide, and on my slide, I think we are currently doing isup, we're currently doing HTTPS, and then from the results, we won't do masscan, maybe we'll do nuclei, then we'll do S3 bucket verification using nuclei template as well, then we'll do log4j scanner from our results. Okay, just hang in there and enjoy the workflow. I hope you're loving the content anyways. Pretty much taking time to get this thing out for you. Please, you can just leave a like in the YouTube channel to support the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. I'll be back soon. Okay, so our scans are done. We can see here total valid. We have 2,500, and total domain, sorry, alive. We just got about 1,831, about 680 of them. Now you can see how this is going to help me save time if I'm going to be working for the IP addresses. So I'm going to clear the screen and just show you what it looks like. So you see there's a temp folder in here. If I list the contents of the temp folder, okay, I'm surprised. Let me just go into the temp and list the contents. Okay, we can see the valid IP address there. So we're going to take the valid and just ignore the non-valid. Anyways, I'm not working on the IPs today, so probably I'm just going to leave that in the folder there. Go back a step. Then also we can see a live subdomain, which is actually the result of our httpx. You see I passed the output to live subdomain.txt. So clearing this screen, I can cap the content of live subdomain just to show you what it looks like. So all these are valid live subdomains. So we will be running all these. We'll be continuing our workflow using these live subdomains. So I'll clear the screen. I'm going back to my chart. Over here, I can see now I can either do takeover, but I won't be doing takeover today because I don't want to showcase certain stuffs. You can either do that using the, you can search Google for can I take over XYZ. You'll find a bunch of them that you could probably take over. You can cut them into a folder and run them against this to see if there's any one of them that falls in that list. You can use nuclei. So we'll be using nuclei and nuclei's templates to do this. So I'm just going to copy this, save me some time. So I'll copy this and oh no, that's bad. I didn't wish to cut it. Just gonna copy that. Then go in here. I can probably verify. Okay, I'm just gonna maybe go out of this folder, fall a step back into the roots. I've got the nuclei template here. So if I maybe cd into nuclei template just to show you what it looks like. We've got a bunch of these templates. So we are using the takeovers. So I'll be using the takeovers. So I'll go back, clear the screen, and paste my command here. So we can see I've spelled out the path, nuclei template takeovers. Now I'm going to change the URLs to point to where I have the live subdomain. So live subdomain is in roots, Bug-bounty, I think. I think it's in okay, I think it's web.com or no, I don't have a web.com folder. I'm just going to verify where this is. Okay, Bug-bounty, then it's in here. So great, that's it. So live subdomain.txt. All right, so that's the command. So I'm running this against the nuclei templates. Now I can pass this output. Maybe I'll save it in roots, Bug-bounty. Then I'll just give it, maybe we'll call it take over domains.txt. Okay, so let's let nuclei do its thing. So first it's going to try to update to the latest, and it's going to try scanning if it finds anything. If it doesn't, obviously that's cool, but it's always good to run your infrastructure against stuff like this to see what you have out there that you don't really know. Okay, so this is running over here. I can as well pass another one, maybe use the CV, but I won't be showcasing that today. Now I'll be doing the S3 bucket, or maybe we just ignore that and go do the log4j. So let me see, this is running. Okay, this is done actually. No result found. Okay, better luck next time. All right, cool. So we can maybe take this and try the S3 buckets. So we will go into templates, technology, S3, detect the YAML. So let's take that command again. Templates. You can see the stack wildcard there for everything to take over. So we're going for technology. S3 detect the YAML. Okay, so let's verify this if we can actually do this for if there's any live S3 bucket in there. I'm just showcasing well, there are other tools that I can actually use to do this as well. Remember yesterday I showed you the Osmedius, really cool automation framework that can help you triage a lot of these issues. So finally, before I jump off for work, because I'm already behind schedule, I'm going to do the log4j scan. I'm not sure if I have log4j scan on this host. So let me go a step backwards. Do I have a log4j scanner here? I'm not sure it's here. It's not here. So I can pretty go into the GitHub. I think I should have it. I don't need this anymore. Here, I can close this. Okay, I can clone this repo. Let me copy this. Go over my VPS terminal, git clone, and I'm going to paste this here just to clone this quickly. Then I can maybe see it into log4j scanner. Over here I can see I've got the requirement of text, so maybe pip3 can do that. Let's see if I can install this using pip3. Okay, my bad, sorry. I'm just going to go check what the specifier actually. Okay, it's my bad. I didn't pass the install flag. I don't know. I'm not sure why I forgot that actually. Okay, let's install the requirement.txt. Why can't I use the? Okay, just hang in there, please. There should be a description here. Pip3 install. Oh man, my bad. Okay, I'm getting a bit rusty on this. Okay, so it should be the install before the R. Okay, move that back, check R, then install the requirements. Over here, this seems to be done. I'll just see what the result looks like. I think I passed that out into root bounty, so I'm going to see it into bounty. Am I in bounty? Bounty, then a takeover, cats takeover. Is anything in there? Were we able to find anything? Oh wow, we found some S3 buckets. Okay, okay, cool. I'm going to keep this to myself, so I'll be going after this later on and see if I can actually probably find some sweet stuff in those buckets. So I'm going to move takeover domain to S3 detects detects names subdomains.txt, so I can easily identify when I look at it. Okay, great. So I can go over those later. Now I've got log4 scan stuff installed, all the requirements all good, so I can run the command python, man blessed, python, I'm just being lazy, 3 log4j scanner. Then we'll pass list. I think to use the list we can use the let me see, okay, that T, no, I think it's that I inputs. I'm not sure, let me verify that. That I, our input is going to be roots bug-bounty, then we'll go after subdomain.text, and then we'll pass the output out, sorry, to roots bug-bounty log4 scan.txt. Let's see. Okay, there doesn't seem to be an I flag. I want to load a list. Oh, okay, so that should be L, not I. I'm going to change this to L and run that again. All right, so we're going to wait for this to run. I didn't pass a verbose flag, so probably we might not be seeing stuff. I could also pass maybe a WAF bypass. You see that was pretty fast. Not sure if you found anything. Let me pass maybe stuff like a WAF bypass, or maybe test all the stuff and see if that's going to maybe find some more cool stuff. So I'm going to, before the L flag, pass the WAF bypass and run that again. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to be stopping this session here because, like I did say, I'm already pretty late. So these are on the browser. This is web.com. This is what you'll be greeted with. If you want to continue with the bug bounty program, there is an explanation in Bugcrowd on how to go about registering an account, so you can do some good testing here. But before I get in here and start doing testing, I love to get done with my Recon framework, because most times on my Recon framework I can already find cool stuff. If I run this against maybe Osmedios, you'll be shocked to see I will start seeing maybe screenshots of pages that I can now go after even without authenticating or stuff like that. So let's see if this scan is done. It's pretty much done. So I'm not sure if anything was found. I'm just going to go back. Then maybe just verify cd bug bounty, then maybe cut the content of log4 scan. Whoa, we found some stuff. Okay, oh cool. Okay, I'm gonna keep this to myself. I see some are invalid, some are valid, so I'm not going to be sharing this for confidential purpose, so I'm going to keep this to myself. This is the bug bounty program, so I'm going to cancel this. All right, thanks for sticking around. I'm ending this recording here. Maybe I can probably do another one tomorrow, just so we can see some other form of workflows going by my workflow definition here. I can do some port scan, then I can go ahead and doing some discovering or spidering using a mass. Pretty cool stuff. Then or maybe find JavaScript using some scraper.py or stuff like subdominizer, or maybe even check git leaks, or maybe even I've got all that automation scripts. Actually, I can scan static JavaScript, then maybe do some XSS automation. I've got this is actually on my VPS. I'm very sure I've got it on my VPS SS scanner. I can use that as well. Or I can do maybe secret finder using the detect secrets JavaScript stuff, or maybe parameters gather, which I can now use dial forks to do some forks in and stuff like that, crazy shit. Or I can do automation. Well, I'm stopping this here. If you want to find out more, you should follow us on YouTube. I'm sure you'll be loaded with a ton of cool stuff there. Thank you for also connecting and watching. Please do like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next recording. Bye.